Good morning, Miss Safa.
Hi, Miss.
Hi, Miss.
Good morning, Miss Safa.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Hi,
Good
Kelly.
morning, Miss Safa.
Good morning. We will wait for the others to join and then we'll start, okay? I'm gonna send them to the class group to join. Yes, Smile, send me your number. Send me your phone number and I'll add you to the class group, okay? Ismail, I added you, okay? One more minute and we'll start. Okay, I will start. I'm not gonna wait for the rest to join. We have started a new theme, which is space exploration. It's the second unit, it's the second theme. As you can see from the picture, it's clear that the theme is about space. You can see an astronaut, you can see the Earth, maybe this is the Mars or the Moon, nobody knows. But the picture shows that this is related to space exploration. Let's move to the second slide. As you can see here, also some other pictures related to space exploration, related to astronauts, related to spacecrafts, related to planets, okay? And all of these. So all of these are related to space exploration. And if you want to define space exploration, we can say that it is the act of exploring and discovering new things in space, okay? In the outer space, means the planets, all the planets that are in the space, okay? Now, I'm sure that you all watched the video. We are not going to watch it now because we have no time, but I'm just gonna sum up what the video explains. It explains why do people explore space, what are the benefits of exploring space, and so on, because this is a big question, okay? Some of you might ask yourselves, why do they explore space? What do we have there? What is the need to know about the planets and so on? There is no need, some people, okay? And others think that exploring space is something very interesting, is something very important. So this is what is the video about. We are going to move to the definition of space exploration. To explore is to look for something, to discover something, to find something. So space exploration is the physical exploration of outer space, both by human space flights and by robotics spacecrafts. So human might go to space by space flights, and robotic spacecrafts without human may be also sent to space to discover more about it, okay? Now, the big question is, why do we explore space? What is the main reason behind exploring space? What is the benefit of exploring space? Now, there are many benefits for exploring space. One of them is to understand our world, to understand how life is taking place, the rotation of the planets, and so on. We can explore more about satellites. We can create jobs in technology, because this is something technological, right? It needs high-tech devices. Also, it is important because some people may make scientific discoveries and so on. So, exploring space has many important benefits, such as the ones that we have mentioned, but the most important planet which the scientists are focusing on and scientists are trying to explore something there is the Mars. Why? Because the Mars is the most similar to the Earth. Okay, now we are going to discover how. We are going to see why is Mars the most important planet for all the scientists nowadays, and why are they planning to discover more and more about the Mars. Okay, these are the objectives. As you can see, the aim of this lesson is first of all to identify the concept of space exploration, identify the achievements of space exploration. This is number one. Number two is related to the comprehension skill, in which we are going to explain the chronological order skill. Number three is related to vocabulary. We have to figure out the meanings of unfamiliar words using context clues. And the last one is related to comprehension question, in which you have to answer referential and inferential questions. Okay, by the end of this chapter, as you can see, we are going to learn how Earth and Mars are similar and why is it important to find a planet similar to Earth. Let's see. The title of our lesson is Mars, Our Neighbor in Space. Before we start with our lesson, let's start with the comprehension skill that we have here, which is chronological order. Let me tell you something. Chronological means time. When I say chronological, it means time order, okay? When I'm saying time order, it means I'm organizing events in order from the beginning to the middle to the end. So this is what do we mean by chronological. The author organizes the events in the story or the steps in a process in the order in which that occur. So I have to organize my ideas in order. This is what do we mean by chronological order. The sequence of events helps readers understand the story. If I'm telling you a story about a woman who was struggling and fighting cancer, but at the end she died. So I have to start from the very beginning. I have to start from when she started suffering, the stages that she has passed through, and then I moved to her death. So I mentioned the events in order. This is what you have to do. So this is what do we mean by chronological order, okay? Let's now move to the first exercise here. As you can see, we have two types of questions in this skill, okay? This is the first type of questions in which you number the events. And the second kind is when you fill in a flow chart based on a certain date. Let's see. Making orange juice concentrate from fresh oranges is done entirely by machines. First, see, I used a transition. Oranges are dumped into a moving belt. They travel into a machine which washes them with detergent. Next, they are rolled into juicing machines where 700 oranges per minute are split and squeezed. Then the rinds is the skin of the oranges, are thrown out the end of a long tube. At the same time, the juice goes through small holes in the bottom of the tube. Next, the juice goes into another machine called the finisher. There, the seeds and other tiny objects are removed. Last, the juice goes into large tanks where most of the water is removed. As you can see here, they are telling us how orange juice is made step by step. So this is steps in a process, okay? As you can see here, we have to number the events. What happened first? Oranges are dumped into a moving belt. What happened next? Number 2, oranges are rolled into a juicing machine. Number 3, the rinds are thrown. Number 4, the juice goes into another machine called the finisher. Number 5, the juice goes through small holes in the bottom of the tube. And the last one, the juice goes into large tanks. So as you can see here, we numbered the events in order, okay? Now, the second form of questions is to fill in a flow chart. A flow chart is a graphic organizer. I'll show it to you now, based on a certain date. Here in this paragraph, I'm not going to read it just to save time, okay? Because the lesson is big. In this paragraph, which talks about soccer or the history of soccer, as you can see, many events happened based on dates in 1800, in 1863, in 1904, and in 2020. They didn't mention here in 2020, but they said today. Today, soccer is one of the most popular sports games. So today means at the meantime. So what happened in 1800? Soccer began in England. You go back to the text. What happened in 1863? The rules from soccer were written. What happened in 1904? An international group called FIFA formed to make sure that every team around the world followed the same soccer rules. And nowadays, or today in 2020, soccer is one of the most popular sports around the world. So this is why, what do we call, a flow chart. As you can see, the arrows, it means that the events are happening one after the other. Okay? Now we move to something, please, very important. Here I want all of you to concentrate, full focus, okay? This exercise is going to be found or asked for in every comprehension test and every bi-weekly sheet when we hopefully go back on Monday, okay? Pay attention, because I'm going to explain in details how do we analyze a graph. Let's look at the chart here. This chart is called a statistical chart, okay? Or a graph, or a bar graph. In order to answer this kind of questions, we have to follow some steps. Let us look at the chart. I am going to analyze the chart orally now with you, okay? Let's look at the chart. Okay, first of all, I'm going to start with the number of deaths due to pollution. And here, it's mentioning the countries. So this graph depicts or states the number of deaths, the number of people who are dying because of pollution in 10 countries: in India, in China, in Pakistan, in Nigeria, in Indonesia, in Russia, in USA, in Congo, in Brazil, and in Philippines. Okay, so, and as you can see here, they are using the millions, okay? They are using the millions. Let me choose something, just a second. Okay, so they are using the millions, as you can see. So let's start. Let's have a look at India. Let's follow the bar. The number of deaths in India is 2.51 million. In China is 1. As you can see, it's written here on top of the graph, on top of the bar. It's 1.83 million. Okay, let's look, for example, at Indonesia. Indonesia is 0.21 million. Let's look at Congo. It's 0.12 million. Let's look at Philippines. It's 0.09 millions. Okay, so this graph states the number of deaths. This is the number of deaths. It's written here. Okay, in 10 countries. These are the 10 countries. Okay, in 10 countries. Got it? Now we move to analyze the graph. Let's look again. Let me erase all of these. And just to have a clear bar graph. Okay, let's see. Let's see. If I asked you, guys, okay? If I asked you, for example, which country has the largest number of deaths? Which one? The country that has the largest numbers of death is India, right? See the spotlight, the red one? Here, it's 2.51. Then China, 1.83. Then Pakistan, then Nigeria, then Indonesia, then Russia, then USA, then Congo, then Brazil, then Philippines. So the country that has the highest number of deaths is India. And the country that has the lowest numbers of deaths due to pollution is Philippines. Now we go to the answer. What do you conclude about the number of deaths due to pollution? Which country have the highest number of deaths and which one has the lowest? Analyze the graph and give conclusion. Let's see. Your answer for this question, as I said, should always be made up of 3 parts, but in a single paragraph, okay? The first part is the topic sentence, which is taken from the heading of the chart. The second is the analysis of the data presented in the chart, and the third is the conclusion. Let's go to the chart again and see the topic sentence. Look at the topic sentence. This is the topic sentence. The bar graph below depicts the number of deaths due to pollution in 10 countries. So I write that the bar graph below depicts the amount of deaths due to pollution in 10 different countries. That's it. Copy, paste. Okay, that's it. Now I move to the analysis of the data. I go to India. I start. India has the highest numbers of deaths. As you can see here, you write it between brackets. Followed by China. You write the number of deaths between brackets, comma. Pakistan, comma. For example, okay, I move to Pakistan. I write the number of deaths between brackets. Then I move to Nigeria, one after the other. Got it? One after the other. Okay, guys, see? I move to Nigeria, one after the other. Then Indonesia, after that Russia. After Russia, we have USA, Congo, Brazil, and Philippines. This way, you have to use a word which is respectively. What do we mean by respectively? I mean by respectively that one after the other, starting with India, moving to the other countries. That's it. Thus, or to conclude, or as a result, or therefore, we conclude that, what do you conclude? The highest number of deaths due to pollution is where? In India, which means that this country is highly contaminated or highly polluted, okay? This is the way we analyze the graph. Got it? Now we move to the vocabulary word. I'm not gonna explain them again because we have already explained them in the video. Mapping, I'm gonna just read them quickly. Mapping is a noun. It's the activity or process of making a map. We mean by mapping, making a map. Definite is something which is clear, which is fixed, which is certain, which you are sure about. Investigation is the act or process of examining a crime. When you investigate, you are trying to find or discover the truth. Fossil is a noun also. It's the shape of a bone or a shell or a plant or animal that has been preserved in rock for a very long period. constellation any of the groups of stars in the sky that seem from Earth to form a pattern and have been given names. So all the planets or stars that let's say rotate around the Earth, this action is called constellation. Astronomy is the science or is the scientific study, the name of the scientific study of space exploration. Okay, this is our lesson, Mars, our neighbor in space. As you can see, the lesson is very easy. The lesson talks about a spacecraft called the Mars Observer. It was sent in 1993 in August in order to send information about Mars and telling or informing the astronauts or about the atmosphere and surface of the Mars. Okay, but what happened was that the scientists lost contact with this Mars Observer and they couldn't get any information from it. This Mars Observer costed $845 million, and this mission failed. While in the United States in 1976, means before the Mars Observer mission, they sent 2 Viking landers to the Mars in order to investigate and also to send information about the Mars. Now, Mars, just let me tell you something very important. It is called the red planet because, as you can see in the picture here, they say that its soil is red, okay, or its surface is red. And scientists also are willing to, scientists want to discover more, and also they think that this place is suitable to live on, same as we live on Earth, because its atmosphere is very close to the atmosphere of Earth. That's why they are trying to find ways to live there. Okay, so they think that this place has water. They think that this place, I don't know, grade 7 students are really horrible. Amjad. They always join this meeting. Their meeting is at 3. I don't know why. Okay, so they believe that this place is rich in oxygen and rich in water, and we can go live there when life ends on Earth and so on. So this is what our lesson is about. As you can see at the end of the lesson, at the end of the text, in paragraph 6, the author asks the scientists to answer all the unanswered questions, which means that also the writer is with exploring space more and more. Okay, let's now move to, what's this? Oh, okay. Let's now move to the exercises. I will allow all of you to unmute yourselves. Okay, in case you want to answer any question, and let's start. We still have 10 minutes. We have to finish the exercises, okay? Yeah, let's start. Who would like to read the first exercise? You may unmute yourself, okay? I allow you.
Miss, I would like to read it.
Miss, can I?
Yes,
Miss,
Karim.
can I?
Yes, Karim.
Refer to the text to answer the following questions in complete sentences using your own words.
Yeah. Yes, Karim. Read number 1, please.
What were the 2 missions that Mars Observer was going to
Okay,
4.
what are the 2 missions or to the 2, let's say, jobs or roles that Mars Observer was going to perform or do on Mars? Let's refer to paragraph 2. They are asking us to refer to paragraph 2, so we directly refer to paragraph. It's not in paragraph 2, by the way, it's in paragraph 1. Paragraph 1. Okay, let's refer to paragraph 1. Let's see. Yes, Karim, can you see the paragraph 1 in front of you? Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Okay, Karim, yeah. Let me know, what are the 2 missions that the Mars Observer was going to perform on Mars, referring to paragraph 1?
And 2. Orbit around Mars and begin sending new information back to Earth.
Excellent. This is the first one. The second one?
In addition to mapping the planet, Mars Observer was going to study the Martian atmosphere and surface.
Very good. The Martian atmosphere means the atmosphere of the Mars. Excellent, Karim. So the 2 missions that the Mars Observer was going to perform, the first one is to map the Mars, mapping the Mars, and the second one is to send information about the Martian atmosphere and surface. Maya, because Maya asked to answer. Yes, Maya, number 2.
Okay, Miss.
Yeah.
Name the 2 countries that seem to be interested in exploring Mars.
Yes, they mentioned 2 countries in the text which are interested in
Yes, we
exploring.
should refer to the paragraph.
Yes.
They are USA, which is America.
Yeah. And
Miss, can you go back to the text, please?
of course. Let's go back to the text. The USA and
The USA, United States of America.
and they mentioned it. Let me check where, in which paragraph. Russia is the second country. Yeah? Yes, it's Russia. So it's America and Russia. Okay? Hadil,
Yes, Miss.
he's number 3.
Okay. According to paragraph 3, why do scientists assume there was life on Mars?
Okay,
Miss,
let's
can
go
you-
back to paragraph 3, Hadid. Yeah. Why do scientists assume or claim that there is life on Earth, on Mars, sorry? Why? Earth and Mars had the same, let's look here, I'm using the mouse, look. Earth had the same conditions during its first billion years. So scientists think that, yes, Hadil, I'm waiting for you. Hadil?
Miss, I wasn't able to unmute myself.
Okay. If you know the answer, you can answer now. Go ahead.
Miss, because it has the closest atmosphere to Earth.
Excellent, because it has the closest atmosphere to Earth. Number 4, let me see. Abbas. Yes, Abbas.
Yes.
Yes, Abbas. Read number 4, please.
Explain the writer's attitude towards space exploration. Support your answer with a piece of evidence from the passage.
Okay. This was what I explained at the end of the lesson. Why do you think that, let me ask you this question, Abbas. Do you think that the writer is with or against exploring space?
He's with the exploring space.
What is the piece of evidence that supports your answer?
He asked the scientists to like answer the unanswered questions.
Very good. He asked them to answer the unanswered questions. That's why he is with exploring space. It means that he wants to know more. We're going to answer them orally. let me check. Adam. Adam. Ali Basma. Ali.
Yes, miss.
Yalla, miss. Refer back to the text to complete the following sentence. The Mars observer mission failed because. Why did the Mars observer mission failed? What happened?
They no. الكونتاكت
Very good, Ali. Yalla.
مش عارفة أقولها نسيها.
They lost
The
contact
contact between
with it. Very good. That's it. Number 2, Gabby.
Yes, miss.
Yes, Gabby. Number 2, in order to search for signs of life in Mars, how might we continue the sentence?
In order to, we have to send a spacecraft to
Very
Mars.
good. Excellent. We have to send spacecrafts and spaceships and astronauts. Excellent. Number 3, Sirin Najde. Sirin. Gadi. روا. invitation cards يعني روا. سيرين فتونة. سيرين. Can you hear me, guys? Hello? Hello? Celine Najde? Okay, Celine. Leia, please, we have 1 more minute. Let's finish this exercise. طب anybody, يلا unmute. Maya.
Okay, miss.
يلا Maya.
You should refer to paragraph 1 and 2 to fill the chart down below.
يلا, in 1976. Let's go to paragraph 1.
Yes.
Paragraph
In 1976, 2 American spacecraft landed on Mars in
Okay.
order to search for signs of life.
Thank you. In 1993.
Mars observer, the American spacecraft was scheduled to move into orbit around Mars and begin sending new information back to Earth.
These are the answers. Okay, we have 1 more minute, less than 1 minute. I'll see you all on Monday, inshallah. Okay.
Miss, we should bring with us like stuff, books or cookbooks or no need.
I'll inform you. Let me just check with the coordinator and then I'll inform you. But please, all of you come on Monday. I will be very flexible again. Okay. I know that some of you are not going to come. It's okay. It's okay, Leia. No problem. Okay, Sirin Ftoune. Okay, so I'll see you all on Monday. Take care and goodbye.
Bye.
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 Bye, Karim. Bye, ya Amre.
Bye.
Bye.